All right, we have Tracy Cortez joining us, coming off her big win at UFC Fight Island 5 over the weekend against Stephanie Egger. Tracy, welcome home. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm doing good.
Excellent. Congratulations on the win. You're 2-0 now in the UFC. First fight in nearly a year. How good did it feel to just get back in that octagon, have a dominant performance, and get your hand raised like that?
It felt so good. Happy I got one in this year, and I'm hoping to get another one in for the year end. So,
I mean, obviously, it's a pretty chaotic time around the globe. 2020 has just, let's be honest, 2020 has sucked for a lot of people. In the UFC, praise them. They've been able to get these events going in Abu Dhabi, trying to get the international fighters on, some of the American fighters as well. What did you think of the whole Fight Island experience?
I'm happy I could say I did it. Would I want to do it again? Probably not. It was long, and a lot of my fights have been out of town or out of the country, and I'm kind of really excited to fight home for once. Hopefully,
get you in Vegas. No more Abu Dhabi.
Yes, hopefully, because it's the traveling and for my coaches, and it's hard on all of us. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful that I even got to fight and got to get the whole experience in. But it would be nice, to have it here home in my backyard.
Yeah, get you back to the apex, like the Contender Series fights.
Yes, I wouldn't mind that.
What was like the most difficult part of the trip? I mean, obviously, you getting your coaches over, all of that stuff, the business side of it, I understand that. But in terms of just going across the world, long flights, trying to acclimate to the time change, like what was the most difficult part for you?
I would say the time change, just because the traveling wasn't that hard. They got us comfortable, like the little cubbies where we can lay down, and it was really nice. The travel part was nice. It wasn't hard at all. It was a time change where I really had to sleep all day and try to be awake all night, which here it was for me personally, it was an 11-hour time difference, 11 and a half. And it was hard because it's hard to sleep when it's broad daylight. So trying to sleep when the sun's hitting you, and even the blinds, like you can still see the sun through. And I think that was just the hardest part, and having to wake up and it be pitch black and there's nothing to do besides train, lay in your couch and train. Like that would probably be the hardest part for me.
When you got back to the hotel after the fight on Saturday, I mean, we've been seeing these videos of the hotel staff throwing these like little mini celebrations. Did you get anything like that when you got back?
I did. That's something I could think was personally for me was the most amazing experience. The staff was beyond amazing. Everybody was so sweet. Everybody was so kind. They treated you so well. I was walking in, and I wasn't expecting any of it. I had like my like some snacks in a brown bag. And I'm walking in and just hear everyone cheering. I'm like, what are they cheering for? And they're Tracy. I was like, oh my God. Like, wow. Like they're really cheering for me, and it was just so sweet. And they threw confetti and it was the cutest thing ever. I'm like, I've never been celebrated like that after a win. It's normally like just friends already drunk and like shots. So having like that little celebration, it was cute. It was really cute.
Nice little additional touch to make the trip even more worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were originally supposed to fight Bea Malecki on this card before she was forced out of the matchup, and then you get Stephanie Egger. And one of the things I found so interesting about your post-fight scrum with the media is that you didn't find out that she was a black belt in jiu-jitsu until the fight was actually happening, like between rounds. Is that true?
No. So they misunderstood me. I should have been more clear. Not in between rounds. It was the end of the fight. Okay. Coach, they were congratulating me. They're like, "Hey, a black belt. She was a black belt. She couldn't tap you." I was like, "Wait, what? She's a black belt?" It's like, "Coach," and he goes. He knew towards the end, when we were outside and doing media, and I was like, "You should have told me." He goes, "No, that's not something you had to worry about, and I know what you're capable of," which is true, and I love that he has that confidence in me.
In hindsight, you prefer that he did that, or do you wish he told you now thinking about it a few days later?
No, I trust my coach 100%. So whatever he chooses to do, I respect and I completely trust because he sees a certain side of potential in me that I probably don't see in myself. And, you know, I think he knows me very well. And he was probably doing it because I tend to like overthink and question things and overanalyze things. And he just doesn't want that stress on me.
So that must have been a huge confidence boost for you at the end of the fight, even before they announced you as the winner, right?
Yeah, for sure. So when they told me, I was like, oh my God, you know, because I didn't feel threatened, not once on the ground. So it was really a big confidence, you know, booster for me.
Do you feel in a way that beating Stephanie, because of her experience fighting around the globe, she does have some good wins under her belt, that it was a little more impactful for you than beating Bea would have been?
You know, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. They're both, amazing, great opponents for me, I think. But yeah, you know, Stephanie having more of that record behind her and more of like experience, I think for me personally, I didn't see myself as a I don't know, you know, I saw myself more as like a newcomer. But my coach told me like, hey, you're 9-1. What am I? Wait, what am I? 9-1, 8-1? I don't even know no more. And he goes, you're experienced now. You're no longer like you know. It was just a little confidence booster for me.
There you go. I mean, with everything going on with COVID-19, you said during your pre-fight media day that you were doing whatever you could to stay in shape. You were doing what you so eloquently called prison workouts. Yeah. And I know you have some examples on your Instagram if people want to check those out. But for those who, you know, are a little bit older like myself that aren't necessarily on Instagram that often, you know, I guess paint us a word picture, if you would, about what prison workouts actually are.
Yeah, you know, I just grabbed some dumbbells, jump ropes. I grabbed tape, and I did ladder drills. I just taped the ladder, like boxes on my sidewalk, and I was doing ladder drills, and I was doing burpees and jumpy jacks and jumping rope and dumbbell workouts. Anything I could get my hands on, really, I was doing. A lot of pull-ups, like my own body weight things. Running. Oh my God, I ran so much. I was a cardio machine. I went from running 3 miles to 5 miles, and I'm running 6 miles every other day. Next thing you know, I ran like 10 miles, and I kept going. And I was like, oh my God, it was a lot. I was running a lot. And personally, I don't enjoy running, but this whole quarantine made me really, like, I had no choice. I enjoyed it because it was the only thing I can do.
I've been the same way. I'm not a big running fan. I've gotten into it more, but I think the main reason why is because I created like such a fire playlist on my speakers. So I'm like, all right, now I don't mind it as much because I'm just jamming the entire time. How important is that?
No, you know what's funny? I don't play. Everyone's like, share your playlist. I don't play anything crazy. My running playlist is R&B music. Like slow jams, R&B, just slow tempo music. Because if I listen to anything fast or just upbeat, I start sprinting. And I'm like, ah! So I have to listen to something that calms me down and just reminds me like, okay, take it slow. You're jogging, you know, you're jogging 10 miles. You're not sprinting it. So,
like newer stuff or older stuff?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. What's the best song? What's the best one you got on there?
Right now, I would have to say Surrender by Janeko. It's just, that's my song right now. I've been jamming out to it when I run. So.
Yeah, I got some old school R&B on mine too. I have like Albie Shore on mine. He's like from the late. Oh yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, what else you got on there? What do you got from like 80s, 90s on there?
I have Keith Sweat. I have Boyz II Men. What's a good one? I don't know. I just have a bunch of different music. I've been listening to a lot of newer R&B than the old ones, but
yeah. So one thing I wanted to touch on is because you said it in the lead up to the fight was essentially like you're fighting at 135 and you're cool with that for now, but eventually you want to go back down to 125 at some point. Why is that? Because you seem like you're doing just fine at 35, and dare I say, getting into the top 15 at 135 a little bit easier than it is at 125, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I have a better chance at 125. At flyweight, that's just where I feel strong. That's where I feel faster. These girls aren't that big. I'm a small 35er. I have, like, I'm well aware of it. A lot of the girls that I've been fighting at 135, or the last two, I should say, they're just bigger opponents. They're longer. And I don't go in there hesitant, but I go in there just very cautious. And at 125, I'm just a lot more confident.
So you think your next fight will be at 25?
It's definitely more competitive at 125. Flyweight is going to be stacked, but I know I belong at least, and I have to prove myself, but I know personally what I feel that I belong at least top 10 right now at flyweight.
All right. Yeah, because
I just need to get back down to flyweight.
Do you think your next fight's going to be at 25, or do you think maybe another one at 30, just depending on if it's this year or next year, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. This year, I've talked to my manager. We were talking about it on the way back home. We weren't stressing about it yet, but if I were to do 25 in December, I would get on it now. But that just really depends on, if they could book me a fight, which I'm pretty sure they can. I guess it's just all up to me. I don't know. I'm being indecisive. Do I want to live that good life, fight at 35, or really start getting on it and fighting at 25? So, I haven't decided yet.
I think you're a win away from the top 15 at 135. I think you're like number 8. I'd put you like 18, 19. I think if you fought someone else at 135, like I have a suggestion. Like I thought immediately you should fight like someone like Julia Avila at 135 because she's ranked number 15. If you beat her, you're automatically in the top 15. It's going to get a little bit tougher to go back down.
Yeah. Yeah. I also know that my coach, he's big on me going back down to 125.
Yeah.
He thinks, that's just, but like the girls are just so, I feel strong. Don't get me wrong. I feel really strong at 135. I'm in there and I feel like as of right now, I'm dominating. I feel like, but it's not, I'm not comfortable. There's just so much more bigger. Like, oh my God. Look at my last opponent. You saw the size difference. She was just a lot more bigger than me, a lot more lankier. I do think I was faster than her. That's why she couldn't really touch me much. But at 125, I think I'll just be a lot, I'll be my best self. That's my true weight, I believe.
There you go. I'm not trying to convince you to stay at 35 or anything like that. I'm curious about the mindset of a fighter. Did you go back and watch like the rest of the card after your little celebratory staff party?
No, we didn't. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did.
Did you see the knockout?
I did see that knock. No, actually, I was traveling from the arena back to the hotel when that happened. But I saw the replays. Oh, it was dirty. That was without a doubt just pure athleticism. Amazing athlete right there. Hats off to him. That was beautiful. That was so cool. I wish that was me.
Do you think it was the greatest knockout of all time in UFC history? Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt. That's bonus every fight card. Even though he's not on it, he deserves a bonus every card.
He should get like 4 bonuses.
Right? Yes. 100%. That was a good show. He put on a great performance.
Absolutely. So I have been asking a lot of fighters this question because it's happening next weekend in Abu Dhabi. Khabib versus Justin Gaethje. That is like a fan's paradise right there. It's going to be all sorts of crazy. You got undefeated Khabib. A lot of people feel that Gaethje just might be chaotic enough to be the one in 28-1. What is your take on that fight? Who do you think gets it done?
Personally, I think Gaethje has it. Gaethje's in AZ. He's from Arizona, so I got to support my locals. No, but I do think Gaethje has what it takes to give him that one loss. he's. I don't think Khabib could take him down. His wrestling's amazing. They're both amazing wrestlers, so they're gonna have to stand up and just see. I don't know, go at it. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm so excited for that fight. I really am.
It's a good one.
Oh, it's gonna be a really good fight. Yeah.
And there's a big one at 125 on that card too. Lauren Murphy versus Cynthia Calvillo. That could determine maybe the next title challenger for Valentina Shevchenko if she defeats Jennifer Maia. So a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that card. I personally know Cynthia. I don't know Murphy that much. She was here in Arizona. She was training in Glendale at the lab. And she's a really sweet girl. I don't know her, but I mean, I hope, I wish them both the best.
And Fight Ready's building themselves quite a team over there right now. I mean, there were some I know there were some labbers that jumped ship, but they were getting quite a reputation before that happened, and now, especially after Saturday and your win, the reputation's getting bigger. We're starting to leak over the cup a little bit in terms of the conversation. Some of the best gyms in the country.
Well, that's nice, just because Fight Ready, my gym, there's so much amazing potential there. Honestly, everyone there, they're not just gamers. They're high level athletes. I am where I am because of them. And I'm so grateful for my team because I don't think they get enough credit. They might not be in the UFC. They're in other organizations, but they're just great partners. They're great fighters. They're great people. And we all get along. It's like a family there. And it's nice to see that Fight Ready, my team, my gym, my home gym, is finally getting some kind of recognition. Even my head coach, I have an amazing coach, and I don't think he gets enough credit. That's head coach of the year for me. Santino, he's an amazing coach. He doesn't get enough credit, and he's just an amazing coach. I can't say it enough.
So how does it feel to be 2-0 in the UFC right now? Do you feel like you're a lot more comfortable now, a little more freeing? I mean, the first one's always big, but once you go back and get the second one, even after an 11-month span, it's got to be a little bit of a different feeling, right?
It is. I'm not satisfied. I want to go back in there again, and I want to compete again this year. That win for me is just like, okay, I passed a step on to the next one. It's hard for me to celebrate, because even though I should enjoy it, I should enjoy the victory. I worked hard on it, but I want to move up in the rankings.
Does anybody stick out to you for your 125 debut in the UFC?
No one right now. I ain't got no one in my eye. Whoever they put in front of me, I'll just, whoever they put in front of me, I'll fight.
You're going to go for that Buckley knockout in your 25 debut?
Oh, for sure.
That's what I like to hear.
That's sure. What I like to hear. I'm definitely going to showcase my hands a little bit more once I hit that flyweight division. These girls are just so big. They're so big at 35. You feel their power. I feel their strength. So that's why I'm just like, dude, I got to wear them down before we stand up, because these girls are strong. So.
Well, it seems like 25 is your home.
My flyweight debut soon.
Okay. Well, we are looking forward to that, Tracy. Congratulations on another impressive performance. I know you're not you're celebrating, but you're not overly thrilled. You think you can do better. I mean, your fighters are the worst critics on yourselves that I've ever seen in the history of sports, but that's what makes you all so great. So thank you for the time. I appreciate it very much, and looking forward to seeing the next fight, whether it's at 35 or 25.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Take care, Tracy.
Bye, you guys.